Hello everyone, I am Spectre and welcome back to another episode of Gran Turismo. On the last episode, we completed the Mega Speed event, and in this episode, we are going to start on the all-night run endurance race. Wait for the loading screen, entry list. There's the Castro Super GT, NSX, the GTR, an Impreza Rally Edition, and the Lancer Evo 4. And we're in the GTO still. I wanted to do this in a different car, but the car I found that I wanted to take a chance in doing it and just kept spinning out. When I tried doing this in other videos, or other, I mean, and test videos for this, I couldn't get the tires right on it. So we'll be doing it in this car. Because this car has been doing great for us. For the final endurance race, I will try to find a different car to do that one in. Okay, we have 30 laps around this track. Oh, and the racing modification for the Supra is the Supra RZ, the like baby blue one we got from winning on one of the events. The racing edition, one of the racing modification decals were really nice. It had blue on this. It was like white, and it had like a blue area on the sides and on the roof. So I really wanted to use it, but it just wouldn't turn that good. So we have 30 laps around this track. Which is going to be interesting on how I want to separate the parts of this endurance race into. If I can start turning better on this track, it won't be a big deal. There's the pit to the left there. Because 5 laps around this race would be like 10 minutes, as we saw before. So maybe I can do 10 laps per episode? Maybe. I guess it just comes down to how it all falls. I have an idea for what car I want to use for the final endurance race, but it will come down to what the opposing vehicles are in the final endurance race. I wish it would pop up and show you when the computer vehicles, AI controlled vehicles, would go into the pits. We're on lap 3. See, if I was doing this in the Supra, it would not be going this road because that Supra wouldn't do a turn without spinning out. The wheels just felt too stiff no matter how I customize the suspension and the tires for it. And thankfully, we didn't get of too much of one of the annoying songs for the background of this. Although, since this since it's going to be the song we hear for like an hour, it will start getting annoying. I believe my math would be right on that. We already pulled away from the competition. I think I mentioned during the other endurance race that the GTO is considered to be the best car in this game, which I might have mentioned it earlier in the series. This game is the game that made me really like the GTO, or in North America, the 3000 GT. It's one of my favorite cars that have to exist in the world. And it just seems good in like any game that it's in. I I, I will be interested to see what car we end up getting as a reward for completing this endurance race. Because depending on what it is, that might be the car we end up using in the final endurance race. And in the next event we do after the endurance race, we will be using a different car because racing modified cars is not allowed in that event. But I've also seen and read that it's considered to be the most difficult event in this game. So it's it's gonna it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes when we get to it. We're going on to lap 5. Our tires are still looking good. I kind of forgot for a minute that I need to keep an eye on that. If we can make it to lap 10 before having to pit, we will be on the... Whoa. What happened there? Anyways, we will be on a good pace for this endurance race. That would be the favorable pattern every 10 laps. Especially since that would mean we wouldn't have to go into a pit a third time. If I could stop running into that, though. Turn. Oh. Our tires are still in good shape. I was able, I don't know if you guys heard it, but I was able to hear the AI cars when we were turning back there because they're like right on the other side of that wall. take this turn. Obviously, we're taking the turn. I might end up doing Gran Turismo 2 sometime in the future, because although I love this Gran Turismo, as I said during the other endurance race, Gran Turismo 2 is my favorite one out of the Gran Turismo series. Gran Turismo 2 is the reason why I like a lot of cars I ended up liking. Alright, okay. Going on to lap 7. We have a good lead so far, so that's good. So when I crashed into that little corner earlier, was that like corner there always there? Because that felt like it shouldn't have happened like that. It's kind of, this is a chicane. I kind of, that's on me because I forgot where we were on the track. So it's right here, right? No. I'm not sure. The turning's starting to get stiffer, which is fine. Our wheels are still in okay condition. Fastest lap has been 1:42. It's right there, right? It doesn't look like there's a the little indent there or anything. But that could also just be because of this game being, wow, 26 years old. We're between 25 and 26 years old. It's kind of amazing that this game came out 25 years ago, or 26 years ago, depending on which month it was released. Here comes the chicane. I don't know why, but the chicane parts of tracks and racing games I've always been really good at going through. Besides the moments during this series where I just bounced off the wall during those parts of the track. Okay, our front tires are starting to go into the yellow. That should be fine for us to make it to lap 11 without going into the pit. Well, at the end of lap 10 and into lap 11, I mean. Unless I do that. It's fine, we have a decent lead. If this car will accelerate, that would be better. This will be our slowest lap so far because of that. I'm glad that I did the Grand Valley Speed Race endurance race first, because that's the longest endurance race and I really wanted to get it out of the way. So we're going from our fastest lap to our slowest lap basically because of me crashing like that. If it would make the turn, that would be nice. Alright, then at the end of this next lap, we are going to be going into the pits. See, fortunately, it seemed that I learned from my mistake on the last lap. And then we go through here. And now we got the tonneau area. Our upper left tire is now orange. And our right one is yellow. We won't be lapping anybody yet because we're going to be pitting. Well, it makes you slow down quite a bit. I kind of think I need to be positioned straight for you to change the tires. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. We started the Special Stage Route 11 Endurance Race. And in the next episode, we will continue doing this endurance race. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.